Hello, everyone. Good morning. Sue here from Authentic. Good morning, everyone. I think I started before it started. Sue here from Authentic Smile and the Journal Workbooks. So I had a little bit of a break last week, so I don't know if anyone noticed or not, but there was no card reading last week, and that was because I decided, well, I was on holiday with my dad, and I decided to have a laptop free week. So, feeling refreshed and ready for today's card reading, and let's start with a little meditation as well. So, how has everyone been since I've last been on in the last couple of weeks? How is life going for you? So, let's, as always, just ground ourselves and bring ourselves into this beautiful moment, this gift that is the present. And as always, let's just breathe. So let's just remind ourselves we do three nice deep breaths. One, focusing for the mind to let that go. One for focusing on the body to let that go. And another deep breath focusing on the soul and just letting that settle. So just allowing the mind, body and soul to be still. So in your own time, as I will do, let's take our three nice deep breaths, mind, body, and soul. So just breathing into this space, this tranquil moment of the day, 11 a.m. every Tuesday almost. As we just breathe into that universal energy that is in us, without around us. As we ask the universe, what is it that we need to invite into our lives to explore this week? What is it that we need to invite into our lives to explore this week? So as always, just shuffling until one jumps out, flies out, whichever way it happens. I'm going to not look at them because that's quite often if I pay them any attention. Okay, so universe, what do we need to invite this week? What? There we go. I knew a card would come out. So this week we have Dear Boundaries. Dear Boundaries. So let's just, before we continue with that card reading, I invite you to place your hand on your heart center. Doesn't matter if it's your right hand, your left hand, whichever you feel, both hands. And just breathe in that Dear Boundaries. And just see what that brings up, what feelings that brings up in the body, in the mind, in the heart. What inner dialogue goes on? What connects? What inner dialogue do you have that connects to the word boundaries? What does the word boundaries mean to you? Are you good with your boundaries? Are you sitting there thinking, Sue, what the hell are boundaries? I know that was me once upon a time. So just allowing us heart space to be open to that word, boundaries. Dear boundaries, you are an important part of my self-care regime. You help ground and protect me. I am true to myself and honour the boundaries that I choose to put in place. Dear boundaries, you are an important part of my self-care care regime. You help ground and protect me. I am true to myself and honor the boundaries that I choose to put in place. Just going to breathe that in again. Boundaries. Boundaries have certainly been a bit of a bugger for me over the years, to be honest with you. As I say, I didn't actually even realize that I needed boundaries put in place. So my boundary was wide open, shall we say, especially in my 20s. And that led to some fun times, shall we say. But in the long run, you know, I just kept getting back to where I didn't want to be because I hadn't had clear boundaries. I didn't know that I could say no almost. And so the word boundaries for me brings up that word no. And so again, how does that word no sit with you? I know we're quite often very good at saying yes. But the word no, those two simple little letters, N-O, put together, can really, really have us struggling. And yet it's one of the most empowering words that you can actually use. And as it says, we get to choose our boundaries. Once we become aware that we either don't have any, or the ones we have are not serving our highest good anymore, we need to put new ones that are aligned with who we are in this moment in time, aligned with where we want to go with this moment in time. And as we know, time is ever changing, ever evolving. So our boundaries are going to be ever changing and ever evolving. And it's a really good idea to check in with yourself every few months or so, at least, to see, are those boundaries that I put in place serving my highest good now? Where is it that I want to go? Where is it I want to be within myself? What do I need to say no to? Maybe you need to say no to some things. Maybe you need to start saying yes to some things, whatever it is. So really looking forward to the meditation, the Power Truth I Am meditation that goes out in the Authentic Smile membership on Saturdays to explore deeper into that. And that's a lovely 30-minute meditation that will give you time and space to explore that dear boundaries and write a letter to yourself. So, and I think that's actually quite important because I've been placing some boundaries within myself, some new boundaries. I've had to have a boundary recheck, shall we say, in the last couple of weeks of where do I want to go, especially for like next year. What do I want to do? How do I want to move my business forward? How do I want to have my personal life as well? And with the passing of mum, that's had a big shift. Obviously it would have a big shift. Anyone who's lost anyone listening to this knows that has a major shift in your life, and depending on your relationship, I was exceedingly close with my mum. I've always said I live with my best friends and they just happen to be my parents. So I still get to live with one of my best friends, which is I'm grateful for at the moment. But I've had to I'm now have a different role in the house. So how does that fit into my work life, my personal life? How do I want it? How do I want my life to look now, without an important person in my life there? So again, it is my time to recheck in with my boundaries and say, actually, right now, this is not what is good for me, which is why I have temporarily suspended all online classes, because right now, that's not where I need to be. I miss doing them, but it's not where I need to be. And I need to explore why that is the case. And I know why. I want to set up and create lots of video workshops for you all to go along with the books. And that takes time. So boundaries. Dear boundaries, you are an important part of my self-care regime. You help ground and protect me. I am true to myself and honour the boundaries that I choose to put in place. So, what are your boundaries? And are they at this moment serving your highest good? And if not, how do they need tweaking? Anyway, take care. Thank you for tuning in, whether live or on replay. Please leave any comments, and don't forget, if you do tune in on at 11 o'clock live on YouTube and you say hi, then I'm more than happy to draw a card for you personally as well. So take care, everyone, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.